So what to do today? Well, I forgot to spray the back of the headrest, so that's sprayed. I tried sanding with some 600 by hand. Feels good, but I'm gonna wait for my DA sander. This is too much work. But I was in here and I made a tool. This tool here, three pieces. So when my wire shows up, I'll cut them to length. They'll rest in here, and then I have a little guide here that'll hold the wire, like so. This will be the die. This is the forming punch, and that will push the wires and make loops. But while I was doing that, my mill messed up. So the lever right here, which this would be a spindle, goes to a lever inside that puts it into high, medium, and low gears. Well, it locked up, totally locked up. So I just pulled it all apart. I didn't find anything. But these are all the gears. They're all good. That one's good. We look up here. That one's good. So this is the lever. This is the little, probably a bronze maybe, slide that runs on the groove. But the seal was shot. And this is the other seal, and it's shot. Good luck finding those, huh? This is the mill. This is a Inco 105 1145. They list the parts, but whether or not I can get them, I just kind of doubt it. This thing's got to be 30 years old. So that's what I was doing. I can't live without my mill. And then I'll get it back together. And then I also pulled out all the gear oil. So I'm going to replace that. That was pretty grungy. Got her somewhat cleaned up. So, stuck with my mill. Yeah, I'd love to have a new Bridgeport or a comparable. But at my age, spending 15 grand for a mill, I don't think that's going to happen. So we'll try to get some gear oil and some couple oil seals and hopefully get this thing back together. So the wire clips forming went well. Those are done. Now I'm working on the straps. So I pre-cut all my seat straps extra long. And right now I'll just do one end. And so what I do is I fold it over and then I clamp the top plate on. Then I use a soldering iron, push that through the holes to melt it. And that's not my idea. Somebody, one of my subscribers, suggested this. And then you put the wire clip in, and then I will figure out a way to fold these over, probably just with pliers, hammer. And the two corner ones have these. So the ones in the middle get this guy, okay? The ones on the ends get these guys in, and I'm thinking they're opposite each other, like this and like this. So I need to check my photographs to make sure I get those right before I do the other ends. It's also suggested that these are done an inch shorter because the old rubber ones would have stretched. but I'm going to hold off on that as far as putting the second end in until I can stretch him over the seat frame. And it's going to be interesting because you can't stretch these things. The rubber you could stretch, these you can't. So I might have to do these in place. We'll see how that goes. So what I came up with is taking this really cool vice grip and squeezing the clip like so, and then I'm just beating it over with a hammer, and they're not perfect, you know, but really there was a good one, but does the job. You never see them, so I'll continue. Well, I started and cut all my straps, started putting them together, and then realized the long straps, which of there's 1, 2, 3, 4, were cut too short. Shoot. So I just ordered more strapping, 16 bucks. So that's on hold. And so then I went to start working on the headrests, and they're all painted. So step one is to put this vinyl kind of trim piece on. Okay, that's on. This is the foam, so it got pushed back on. This is the back panel, which I'm spray foaming on the vinyl that came with the kit. So I did the other side. Now I'm waiting for this to tack up, and then I'll fold that on. You got to punch a couple holes. So then this is the cover, and the DatsunParts.com, Dean, is where I bought the covers, and these are the instructions that came. And so this is it. I've pre-tested it. What you do is you slice here, find the middle, measure over 3/4, cut up 2.5, and that simulates this here, which is what goes around the supports. And then this all gets folded and bent over the tabs. So that's what I'm working on next. Just cut this, so we'll play with that a bit. So feel here, still not dry yet. Okay, so I trimmed that to 2.5 inches. And if you look at the original, it's more like 4 inches from this edge to kind of the center of the hole here. And if you look at the instructions, cut vertically 2.5 inches on each side, which I did. Cut more if you consider it necessary. Well, it is, because at 2.5 inches, the fabric doesn't reach over to the tabs. You know, it might be nice to be doing this in 80-degree weather, where the fabric will maybe stretch a little more. There's other tricks, but let me trim that some more and see what happens. Okay, got one headrest done. Okay, got one cover on the headrest. Not perfect, but it was a lot of work to stretch it. As I mentioned in my other video, this one was longer on both sides, so you had more room to grab and stretch. And you can see here the holes are quite a ways from the edge, where here we're right on the sewn seam. So I wish these were longer, but we got it. We heated it up in the sun, used 4 hands to stretch it. A little bit of a wrinkle at the bottom, but good enough. And then the plate will go on. These corners aren't perfect. But anyway, that's done. And my 600 grit Durabond mesh sandpaper arrived. So we can start sanding the car.